Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank, where I climb the online VGC 18 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. In the last episode, we featured a brand new team revolving around Como, Mega Gallade, and some other fun tricks. I think all the Pokemon made an appearance in the last episode other than Tapu Lele, so it was a pretty fun one. If you have not seen that, definitely go check it out. It's linked in the description below, and we are just going to look for our first game of the day. I know some of you guys were curious on the information on the previous team that I was using, the Trick Room Hail team, so I'm going to be working to get a team analysis and a QR code team up for that this upcoming week, so keep your eyes out open for that. Going to find our first opponent of the day running a really cool team. There's a Blacephalon, so that will be exciting to go up against. As always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please show support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it. So, Charizard, Koko, Cresselia, Snorlax, Landorus, and Blacephalon. It's really interesting. Gallade could actually put in some work. Gengar actually could put in some work, especially with the Scarf. I think I might actually lead Gengar here. Main thing I'm worried about is like Trick Room. But Gengar and Lele seem pretty solid. This is one of the games where all the Pokemon make some sense, I think. But I'm leaning towards not bringing Gallade. Gengar, Lele, Whimsicott, Como. Could just lead Whimsicott, Gengar as well. But with Lele, I could taunt Cresselia if that comes out as a lead. Though Fake Tear Shadow Ball might just knock out Cresselia. Tough call. I think I'm actually going to throw it in with Whimsicott instead. You know what? No, I'm actually going to go with Lele. So, this will be interesting. Keeping my Milotic on the bench because of the Charizard and the Koko. Gallade just gets hit by neutral attacks for really hard here against my opponent. So we'll see how this goes. That last episode was pretty crazy, so I'm excited to see how this one pans out. And I know a bunch of you guys have been talking about how the audio has been worse in recent videos, so my apologies for that. I will definitely look into that. I think might be a mic issue, but I will work on fixing that. And as always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please share support by leaving a like in the video. I'd appreciate it. So Koko Blacephalon, which is really interesting. Because I could just go straight for a Shadow Ball into Blacephalon. And a Psychic into Koko. Yeah, I'm kind of down for that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Psychic Koko and Shadow Ball Blacephalon. Got the Choice Scarf surprise up my sleeve right now. Blacephalon could be Sash though, I guess. That's my main concern. My opponent could also think I'm Mega Gengar right now. Which I think if you look in Team Preview, a lot of the times it looks like I might be running 2 Megas with Gengar and Gallade. But there is a potential for a double knockout outright on the first turn. Although, I don't think Timid Lele Psychic knocks out. It's actually Scarf Blacephalon too, it looks like, so it's going to get the Overheat off. Which is very unfortunately going to knock me out. So, that is not exactly what I want to see. We'll get a Beast Boost special attack, yep. And a Z-move. I'm not sure that actually knocks out Lele, but I guess I should have anticipated Scarf Blacephalon. It's not that crazy. Interesting that it opted for Overheat though instead of Shadow Ball. You would think Shadow Ball is just a better pick there. Maybe my opponent was anticipating a switch. Either way, it's going to be Gigavolt. So my opponent does commit. You know, I know the items of both, and I know the Z move has been used up. Literally does hang on though, which is nice. So I will get the Psychic off. Is that enough to knock it out? Oh, hangs on with what literally is like a sliver of HP, but that's fine. Gonna bring out Whimsicott now. So we know Blacephalon overheated. Think I gotta just protect and Tailwind here. Kind of an obvious protect, but I'm still gonna go for it. Yeah, I should have just thought about Scarf Blacephalon a little bit harder. Both Pokemon are staying in. It could be a double up right now, like a Dazzling Gleam Overheat. But I will get my Tailwind up, which means Como can come out, which is really important, because I can still win this game pretty easily. Yep, there's Overheat into Whimsicott. And I think it's just going to be a Dazzling Gleam coming out. Not getting the knockout on Koko was unfortunate, but I don't know what the damage roll there is. He actually ups the Volt Switch into Protect. Oh, okay. That's super good, actually. Because now I can go for a Psychic into Koko. And the Endeavor into Blacephalon. Yeah. I'd rather knock out Koko mainly just because it threatens Como more. Blacephalon can knock out one of the two, but if you knock out... Koko switches out, which I'm fine with too, into Cress. That's a good switch out. But I can taunt that next turn. Oh. I forgot it was Ghost type. It's really late. That was a slight blunder on my end. He is going to target down Lele though, which is interesting. Because now I get to bring out Como. Endeavor is probably just going to activate the Cresselia Berry. So I might be better Fake Tearsing and Z moving. Yeah, that was a blunder, my attacking Endeavoring there. That was stupid. But yeah, I'm going to go for the Z move. And good Helping Hand. Fake Tears is better though. And I can Fake Tears because Cress isn't grounded. So, should affect that. But I don't think it knocks out, which is the downside. I really don't expect it to. If that does get the knockout, I think that's game. Because then I can just Endeavor whatever's next to Koko and just Flamethrower Koko. Alright, Blacephalon switches out, that part's fine. Into Charizard, that's totally okay. Alright, we'll see. I also don't know what Cress is going for at this point. But here's the Z move. Yeah, I should have Endeavored the Koko switch out, I guess. Or he Fake Tears it, just to cover all my options. And we actually managed to knock out the Cresselia and do like 80% to Charizard. That's actually nuts. That's really good. Yeah, that damage output's actually incredible. Jeez. The only downside is my Whimsicott does not have any attacking moves other than the Endeavor. If I had Moonblast, I think this game would surely be a lock. Because now, yeah, Koko's going to come out, so... it's like, who do I target? You would think Koko protects here. That totally could be Charizard X as well. That's my one fear. Does Koko protect? I can survive a Dazzling Gleam. Because I know it's Scarf Blacephalon. I think I should... I feel like it has to protect here. We'll see. I predicted it to protect. It is Charizard Y, okay. It's going to Mega Evolve, that's not too surprising. If I call this protect correctly and Charizard doesn't protect and Koko does, I think I win the game. If not, I probably lose, actually. I should have Flamethrowered, I think. Okay, it protects. Does Charizard protect as well? That's the question. Nice. Oof, that was scary. So I think I should be able to win this now. Blacephalon shouldn't be able to one-shot me. Oh, it's going to be faster than me, though, probably with Scarf, but that's fine. It can't knock me out. I can Tailwind Flamethrower, the Koko. Because I'll outspeed Koko with Como. And then I just have single target Clanging Scales. Yeah, so I'm going to Flamethrower and Tailwind here. So as long as Blacephalon doesn't crit Como, I think I win. Yeah, I had to make the call of Koko protecting last turn. Fortunately, it worked out. So there's Tailwind. Yep, just a Heat Wave coming out. That's fine. That does pretty much nothing. It's going to give it a special attack boost, but we know it's Scarfed at this point. And I will outspeed Koko and knock it out with Flamethrower. So now I outspeed the Blacephalon as well. I'm at +1, and Clanging Scales is a single target. So I think I should just be able to knock it out now. Let's see. Yeah, endeavoring Blacephalon earlier was not a good move, but fortunately we were able to, I think, still win this game. Even if Heat Wave crits, it should knock me out. I think Clanking Scale should just knock out here. Nice. Excellent. So despite a really bad turn 1, we were able to come out in this one. I think, yeah, I was kind of sad because Gengar looked really good against my opponent's team, but the Blacephalon, Scarf Blacephalon is probably the most common set too, so don't know why I wasn't anticipating that as much as I should have been. But the lock into Overheat, which it was interesting because I thought Shadow Ball was a better call, or even Heat Wave. Although I guess Heat Wave wouldn't have knocked out Gengar. So we do get a win in that first one. Definitely a scary looking team, but no Trick Room ended up coming out, and the Fake Tears and Clanking Scales knocking out the Cresselia was the biggest deal. I was honestly kind of caught off guard by that. I didn't think it would get the knockout. So once I got that knockout, I felt a little bit better, but it still came down to me calling whether or not the Koko would protect there in the end. Fortunately enough, it did, so we do get the win. But yeah, kind of a doozy. We're just going to look for our next game today. And we're going to find a Japanese opponent with a rating of 1589, running a really interesting team. It's a rain team, but you've also got Now Eagle, Mawile, and Charizard. So I don't really know what's going on here. Now Eagle could very likely be Trick Room if there's a Mawile on that team. Gallade maybe could put in some work. Gengar could really put in work. What if my opponent leads Polyludi? I could lead Lele Whimsicott to just Tailwind. And you can't fake me out either. I like that a lot, actually. I feel like that covers most of my options. So Whim, Lele. Milotic might honestly be a call here. Especially if my opponent sets up the rain. I really want to bring Gallade, because I can kind of close combat to knock out most things, especially with Helping Hand pressure. Do I bring Gallade and Como? Como doesn't seem that good here with Double Fairy. Maybe I don't bring Como. Could go Milotic Gallade. It's just not bringing Gengar. Like, Gengar's really good against the Ludi and the Lele, but I guess it's pretty specific, so I'm going to go Milotic and Gallade. So, Lele gets a little bit more time to shine in today's episode. And since I didn't bring Como, I can actually Z-move with Lele. But, yeah, Whimsicott, Lele, pretty decent lead. The only downside is I can't Fake Tears, because of course I'm setting up terrain. So, seems counterintuitive, but last game I think demonstrates how Fake Tears can still work really well, especially because it still works against non-grounded Pokemon. It's going to be a Ludi and Now Ego coming up from my opponent's end. Okay. So this is really scary because I don't know what Now Ego set this is. It's either gonna, like, it could go for Trick Room right now, which is the scariest thing, I think. So this is not what I want to see. I think what I'm gonna do is actually Tailwind and Psychic it. What this is saying is if you aren't Trick Rooming, then I'll have the speed advantage going into the next turn. Ludi switches out into Tapu Lele. That's fine. Maybe to eat a Psychic or Shadow Psyche. Alright, so the big question is what does Now Ego do here? Okay, yeah, it's slower. I think you might have been Trick Rooming. It could be Sashed still, though. Ah. Is it Trick Rooming? Yeah. I could have taunted it then. Okay, it's not the end of the world, though. I think I should probably Sludge Bomb Lele and Psychic Whimsicott, so I'm going to get an Endeavor off here against Lele, and I'm going to swap my Lele out into my Milotic, which is quite good against both of these Pokemon. So I need to stall out my own Tailwind now. Maybe I shouldn't have Tailwinded, but felt like it covered all my options. The only downside was if it was Sash Now Ego, because a lot of the Trick Room Now Egos we saw last year would run like the 50% berry. So actually be Moonblast coming out. That could give my Milotic a competitive boost. It doesn't, unfortunately. No double up, which is interesting as well. It's Sludge Bomb going into Whimsicott. I thought it would be the other way around because you wouldn't knock out Lele. That does allow me to get an Endeavor off, which is quite nice. Because actually an Icy Wind will knock out both these Pokemon right now. Should I swap Whimsicott out? Kind of want to. Lele could Shattered Psyche me, that's the one scary thing. Shattered Psyche would knock my Milotic out. But I think Ludi would have the Z move. Let's Sludge Bomb, Whimsicott, Shattered Psyche, Milotic maybe? Yeah, I'll stay in. And Icy Wind would knock out both if I connected. So let's see if there's a Z move or not. No Z move. That's really good. Because this should proc my berry if it's targeting... Oh, it's not even targeting. Okay. So Whimsicott goes down, but I should knock out both here. Yeah. Nice. As long as I don't miss Icy Wind. That's the scary part. Icy Wind does hit both. If Mawile is my opponent's last one, that's actually going to give me a competitive boost as well, which would be nuts. So let's see. But yeah, Endeavor I think is really important on this team, and I really like how it's been working so far. So that's a double knockout. I'm going to bring... It's still probably better to bring Lele out. Yeah. Show me Mawile, or show me Politoed. Politoed would be fine too, because then the Ludi would be super fast. That's Charizard. That was definitely not the one I was anticipating, but okay. This will be an interesting finish to the game, for sure. See, last turn of Tailwind and 2 turns of Trick Room left. I think I'm going to double protect this turn, so that my own Tailwind expires, meaning that my Milotic will outspeed things. Oops, that's Recover. And then I could get an Icy Wind off, ensuring me to outspeed everything going into the future. Nice Pokemon choice by my opponent's end. If that were Poly or Mawile, I think this game would have been over. If it were Poly, then Lele could just Shatter Psyche Ludi for the knockout. If it were Mawile, then I'd get the competitive boost. I'd double protect. And then, obviously, I've got Scald Pressure. So I'm double protecting this turn just to stall out my own Tailwind, but I'm still not necessarily in like an incredible position. That's a Z move. That's a Bloom Doom Ludicolo. I will say I did not see that one coming. My other question now is how fast is the Charizard? If it's max speed, Lele will outspeed it under Trick Room in this last turn. And that's going into Milotic. That actually did nothing, jeez. And Heat Wave. I know I could survive a Heat Wave too. So I think the goal here is to knock out Ludicolo. It shouldn't. Most Ludis don't carry Protect, so I'm gonna go for the Shattered Psyche onto it, and I think I'm actually gonna go for the Icy Wind here, just to ensure that I outspeed Charizard with Gallade. Or Gallade's gonna be faster anyway, so I should have Scalded. Yeah, he's just gonna Giga Drain. That's fine. Yeah, I should survive that. Okay, so Charizard is slower, but that just means I win the game now, as long as I don't get burned. I'll knock out Ludi, and then I can just double up onto the Charizard with a Zen Headbutt and a Psychic. So I just need to not miss. I would not Zen Headbutt, but Terrain's about to expire, so I'm kind of forced to... Like, I would Psychic Ice Punch, because Psychic would do enough, but with Terrain expiring, I think I have to Ice Punch. Sorry, Zen Headbutt. Even if I miss, I think it'll be okay. I did not expect my Milotic to be faster than the Charizard, though, I will say that. I could have targeted Charizard, but I thought Charizard could have considered protecting there. And if it protects, then that's kind of bad. I'm going to bring out Gallade. I could double protect to stall out the Sun, but I don't think it's worth it at this point. Especially if Charizard had Tailwind, I would actually just lose the game if it did. So I'm just going to double up Psychic, Mega Evolve, and just hope Zen Headbutt doesn't miss. If Zen Headbutt doesn't miss, this should be a knockout. So yeah, I could have Shattered Psyche Charizard. That maybe knocks out, but it is super slow and bulky, obviously. So Mega Glade's out. Zen Headbutt does connect. Okay, thank goodness. So I think that plus Psychic should knock it out. Actually, I don't know. It's going to come really close. Okay, it survives, but he goes for an Air Slash, which is like about the last... I think you should Heat Wave 100% of the time there. Air Slash makes no sense. I don't think Heat Wave knocks out Gallade anyway, so I think I was okay. But that was really scary. I thought surely I get the the knockout there. I'll just Ice Punch here to ensure the knockout. Definitely a nutty game. yeah, really interesting Pokemon choice in my opponent's, and I think the best four that you could have brought into this matchup. But yeah, the Sash Now Eagle, that was tricky. If I taunt the Now Eagle turn 1, then Trick Room doesn't go up. But I'm still gambling a little bit there, so I don't mind my play too much, and fortunately enough, I actually was able to outstall the Trick Room. Wasn't sure whether or not I'd be able to pull it off, but yeah, I think this game demonstrates how good Whimsicott can be even when it's next to Lele, because Endeavor just puts in so much work. So being able to Endeavor Icy Wind was a really big deal, like eliminating both Pokemon on the same turn, so that was really helpful, and then that put me in a really good spot. So yeah, interesting to see Charizard Y on a like rain team, but I guess that also explains why the Ludicolo had Bloom Doom instead of Hydro Vortex. Definitely got to say I was not anticipating that, but a fun game as well. I feel like all the Pokemon really did their jobs there, but Whimsicott definitely the MVP. So, yep, gonna play a third game today since the games have been shorter as we look for an opponent. We're gonna find Dawn from Japan with a rating of 1561 to close off today's episode, running a really interesting team: Drifloon, Kartana, some throwbacks to VGC 17, Scrafty Landers Charizard, just like the very VGC 2015 stuff. Ooh, Drifloon, I gotta say that one's interesting. I'm not sure I have a very good matchup against that, quite honestly. In fact, I think that's like an awful matchup. My opponent should 100% lead that. How do I even counter that? My own Whimsicott and Lele. A Shadow Ball wouldn't knock me out. I could Tailwind and go for the Shattered Psyche. This looks awful, honestly. I need to knock out Drift and Lele, because then they could pave the way for Como. I don't think I bring Milotic, despite my opponent having 2 Intimidators, because I think you go Drift, Lele, Cortana, Charizard. So I want to go Whimsicott, Lele. I'm going to go Lele. Como, Gengar. All special attackers, so Intimidate doesn't matter. Come Up really puts in work if I can eliminate these two main ones. Gallade is still a decent call. I mean, can close combat Scrafty, Kartana, Ice Punch Landorus, Zen Headbutt Charizard, but I just don't think you bring Scrafty or Landorus into this matchup. Scrafty, maybe, but you're still risking it going up against the Milotic. Although when you have Kartana on your team, then maybe it's like okay to risk it. But yeah, Drifloon, not what I anticipated to see in VGC 18, and of course my opponent is going to lead that. I do think that's the best lead option, like regardless of anything I could go with, so solid. Gotta remember from that last game I can't Endeavor Ghost types, so hopefully I utilize that well. My Psychic Terrain goes first. I am max speed. I don't even know if a Shattered Psyche knocks out Drifbloom, but I think I definitely Tailwind with Whimsicott here. Alternatively, I could actually double up onto Drifbloom with a Fake Tears. Oh wait, if I Shatter Psyche, I can't Como Z move. So I have to Fake Tears, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna Fake Tears Psychic. If Drifbloom Tailwinds, that's fine, because then I actually get the speed advantage, because then I can just Tailwind Protect next turn. I don't even know if Fake Tears Psychic knocks out, though. It honestly might not. Yep, there's a Tailwind, that's good. The only downside is Whimsicott could taunt me right now. I am going to get the Psychic off, though. Is this enough to knock out? I don't know. Okay, nice. So that's good. And there's just a Psychic. That's really good. Yeah, because this is a pretty clear Tailwind Protect play now. Only downside is I still have to deal with Tapu Lele, which wrecks my Como. So I might need to bring Gengar out before that. There's Kartana coming out, that's fine. Yep, so I'm going to Tailwind here and Protect. Still not in the best of positions, honestly. Unless for some reason my opponent doesn't target down with the Whimsicott, but that would be just a very weird play. So I'd get my Tailwind up. Then I bring Scarf Gengar out. The only question is, how bulky is my opponent's Lele? Can Sludge Bomb one-shot it? Okay, so I have the speed advantage now in the sense that my opponent's Tailwind will expire after mine, or before mine. Oh man, That's the one thing I was worried about sub Kartana. Oh, but he Moonblasts Lele. That's interesting. Okay, well, gonna endeavor Lele here for sure. It's just, does the Kartana have Smart Strike as well if you have Substitute? Because I would think you have Leaf Blade, Sacred Sword, Protect. I think I'm just gonna stay in here and attack. That's a Bloom Doom coming out. Oh, what? Ally switch? You've got to be kidding me. That's actually so awful for me. Well, it's okay in the sense that, like, I still get the Endeavor off, so I break the Kartana's sub. But the speed boost is what I'm worried about now. Yeah, he doesn't have Smart Strike, and he's gonna crit me. Wow, Z ally switch. I will say I was not expecting that. That actually really saves my opponent like so much. Oh my god, that's gross. I think I'm screwed now because its speed is at +2, so Lele just sweeps me. That is unfortunate. I don't know how I can get around this at this point. The crit kind of sucks, just, it probably doesn't matter, honestly. I need to hope my opponent targets incorrectly right now. Still 2 turns of Tailwind while my opponent has 1. So I need to make use of this next turn and get Gengar in. So I'm going to go for the Endeavor here onto Lele. Part of me really wants to actually attack here with the Como just to set up. But if you're my opponent, you really should just be Psychic and Como. The Protect is just so obvious. Do I make a hero call? That's tough. Because you know I have Endeavor at this point. But I feel like you would just throw the game if you allowed me to get the Z move off here. Maybe I should have gone for it. I think I probably should have actually. Yeah. Oh. I mean, I guess even if I went for it, like I need a hope basically, and the Kartana subs, great play. Yeah. The speed boost from Ally Switch is what really did it for me. I basically need the Lele to choke right now, and for some reason, not protect. Because if that happens, then I'll actually just be able to knock it out. Yeah, I got a Sludge Bomb. It does more, right? I think it's 10 base power more. 90 versus 80. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's unfortunate. Great sub play there by Kartana as well. I lose this game at 100% of Lele protect, so I really should just protect. Yeah, good play. The Ally Switch, man. I hate Ally Switch. Ally Switch itself is fine. The speed boost is actually what won my opponent in the game, because I figured I'd have this game won with Scarf, Gengar, and Como in the back. That was also just a really good protect play. Or sorry, I mean, the crit obviously was unfortunate, but I don't think that actually ended up mattering. The target selection onto Whimsicott last turn was really nice. Okay, so to expect the Psychic Terrain does disappear as well. I mean, the only out I have here is that my opponent doesn't target down Gengar for whatever bizarre reason. Yeah, like, my opponent has this 100%, but like, my opponent could think, oh, what if it's Sash Gengar? You would still target down Gengar though if you're worried about Sash. I've got no out other than praying that my opponent throws. So that's what I'm going to go for. Because as you clanging skills will go through this sub on Kartana's end. Is this actually happening? Okay. No way. I thought this game was 100% lost. I can't believe... Wow. Okay. What's in the back? No freaking way. It's Charizard. Don't I just win now? Right? Oh my gosh, no way. I'm holding my breath. I said I had one out. That was my out. Yeah, I didn't have any other play, I think. I have to protect Como there and just pray Lele doesn't target Gengar down. For some reason, my opponent wanted to target Como down more. Maybe my opponent was expecting Leaf Blade to knock out Gengar. That would explain it. Jeez, that's crazy. No Mega Evolution? Is it Charizard X? That would explain something. Oh my goodness. I can't. What was that game? What were any of these games? What is Pokemon even? Wow. I'm speechless. Yeah, I mean, I thought that game was 100% over once the Z ally switch went off, because I was like, okay, now it just outspeeds everything, even, like, and he made the great play to protect on the last turn of Tailwind. Yeah. That was... Oh man, I'm recording this really late. That's part of the reason why I've been talking at a lower voice, because I don't want to wake up the kids in the rooms around me, but it's like 3:40 in the morning, so yeah, that was really wild. So we've had some really fun games with this team so far. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. I know I really have, actually. I'm really excited to play with it more. Absolutely wild. Did not expect to win that last one, but we somehow pulled through. That's why you don't give up. You gotta find your outs and go for it, and sometimes your outs are just hoping your opponent messes up. Of course, your opponent won't necessarily know your movesets too, right? So you can utilize that to your advantage. But I feel like you should be targeting Gengar 100% of the time there, even if you think it's scarfed. Or sorry, even if you think it's sashed. Because, like, yeah, letting Como protect and Gengar getting a free attack off there is just far too risky. But, hey, I'll take it. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, as always, please share support by leaving a like on the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Alright, peace.